I was in a really bad way. And I was, I was at my wit's end and I was looking for cliffs to drive over because I was like, well, I could not have my kids think that I committed suicide. So I was looking for ways to make an accident, just driving off of a cliff. Then my son, Jaden, his friends were in the living room talking about this plant medicine that their father had gone and done in the Amazon. And he was like, "Mom, you gotta come hear this experience." And so I'm listening to them, and then I was like, "Is your dad in town? Because I would like to talk to him." And so their father came over, and I'd known him for a while, and as soon as he walked in the door, I was like, "Something is different." Like, he was just glowing, he was just different. And he started talking to me about his experience, and I was like, "Hey, I need this in my life." And within a month, there was an opportunity for me to have a session in Ojai. And the first 2 nights were pretty good, but the 3rd night was when I really came upon what most at the time I thought I was possessed. And you could actually kinda call it a possession, when I got to see the density of darkness within my suicidal thoughts, right? And that what the medicine was doing was bringing it to me for me to see, for it to pass through, right? For it to release, for it to let go, for it to be transformed. But I was so scared that I just kept, resisting, and that intensified it.
Mm.
And I was supposed to be done the 3rd night, but I was like, I can't go home like this because I literally thought I was possessed. And then the 4th night, I remember the medicine woman telling me, don't say anything and be still. Now, this is what I was talking about before earlier when we learn how to be with ourselves
Mm.
in a certain way. Now, this is an extreme version because I had to learn how to be with this really dense shadow and just let it pass by. Like I'm watching a movie, just let it pass by, just let it pass by. And then all of a sudden, this beautiful light came in,
Mm.
you know? And that's when I started to feel like love. I got to feel the divine presence. I'd always known that there was divine existence, but I didn't have a relationship with it. I had never felt it. And once the darkness passed, that light came in and I felt divine presence. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. This is the feeling I've been searching for all my life.
Wow.
This is it. And that's when I just became like, that's when I knew the divine existed. I knew that I wanted to deepen my relationship with the divine. I knew that love was real in such a divine way. And my life changed from that moment on. It's been, quite an intense journey in just getting rid of all of the layers of false belief and all of the layers of that I had built up to become the thing I thought I needed to be to survive this place.
Mm.
So I had to just shred it all down to get to love, and it's a process. It doesn't happen overnight, and I'm still going. I'm still in it. I'm a work in progress.
How, when you're in that moment of, true light and love, I mean, how did that feel?
The only way I can explain it is like floating in the warmest bath in a pink cloud full of warm honey. I mean, you are just absorbed. It feels like the most softest, enveloping love, and that it makes you, it's like you can just let go in it, and it just has you, because I think that's what we all look for, like in our relationships, our romantic relationships. We want to just let go, and we want to be so absorbed in that love,
Mm.
but that can't happen between two human beings,
Yeah.
right? It has to go up and then down. I'm learning how to love through divine presence versus personality.
Yeah.
Instead of going here, from me to you, it's like, no, I'm gonna go up through divine, back down to you.
Mm.
Because personality is always gonna be full of desires that are, unrealistic and what have you, right? It's like, so when I sat in that like divine presence and I was like, and feeling, I was like, just as I am, just being me, I was worth that love. It was so incredible. I would just burst into tears because even now, as I'm sitting here with you, I'm just full of so much joy because it never leaves you. You can't unring that bell.
Mm.
And it's like you just being makes you worthy of that divine love. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to say the right things, do the right things. It's there to love you as you are.
If you want to hear the full interview, search a Life of Greatness podcast out now.